States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we just remain standing and remember our men and women in the armed forces, and dear friends of me and many others, Lily Mims. Thank you. Okay, so this is our second workshop. So we'll have these at the second meeting of each month. The agenda will usually, I hope, be shorter rather than longer. And the only things on the agenda for a workshop will be time-sensitive things, including to pay bills. But not only bills, things that can't wait till the next meeting. And I think you'll see that tonight on the agenda. I want to start out with the heat wave. We need to protect ourselves and stay in as much as we can, and hopefully some of us have air conditioning, but everyone doesn't. Excessive heat is one of the leading causes of death in America. And so I urge residents here in the village and even in the town to take cautions for themselves and their families and even their neighbors, especially the senior citizens. If we have senior neighbors, check on them as best that we can. We all know to stay hydrated, avoid being out during midday heat. Check on our family members, as I said, and our neighbors. Our temperatures are going to start going to 95 to 100 to a little over 100 the next few days. And so with that, we've opened up the cooling center, which is the senior center, and but because of certain logistics, for this particular time that we need the cooling center open, the library is going to help us out starting tomorrow. They're going to be open from their normal hours, I guess, are 10 to 5. And it's going to be a cooling center tomorrow, Tuesday, Friday, and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I left one day out, Wednesday. Wednesday they can't do it; they're closed for some reason. And so the senior center will act as the cooling center from 9 in the morning to 6 in the evening. That's on Wednesday. And then the rest of the days, starting tomorrow through Saturday, will be the library from 10 to 5. Okay, Mary Jane? All right. On the agenda here is to approve the minutes from the last meeting, which was May 20th. If I could have a motion, and I'm trying to get better with my notes. I think, Melanie, were you absent on that one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so can I have a motion to approve the minutes on the 20th of May 2024?
Motion.
Second? Pete? Where's... Okay. Roll call.
Trustee Guerrero?
Abstain.
Okay. Trustee Remus?
Yes.
Trustee Carroll?
Yes.
Trustee DeSalvo?
Yes.
Mayor D'Onofrio?
Yes, motion carries. Thank you. Bills and claims, you know, we're at that period of the year. We have 2 years, 2 different budgets. We're still paying bills from the 23-24, which are $195,410.88. If we can do these together or separate, we have the new budget, this budget right now, the new year that started last week, 24-25, $412,776.63. Now I can tell you that that sounds high. $243,000 was insurance. That was our premium for the whole year. And TAM Enterprises, $17,000. And another DeSantis, these are all from FEMA, is $60,000. So you start adding it up, it jumps up to $400 easy. So if I can have the motions, if I can have a motion to pay bills for the fiscal year 23, 24, 24, 25.
So moved.
Is there a second? Second by Pete Carroll. May I have roll call?
Trustee Guerrero?
No.
Trustee Ramos?
Yeah.
Trustee Carroll?
Yes.
Trustee DeSalvo?
Yes.
Mayor D'Onofrio?
Yes, thank you so much. Motion carries. Next we have on the agenda is to approve the Highland Falls Fort Montgomery Central School District's request to use Roe Park on Tuesday, the 25th of June, 8:15 in the morning to 10:30 for 8th grade end of year party. They have it every year. They have insurance. I think you have that in your packet. And I did call the recreation director, and there's no conflict that we could approve.
So moved.
Is there a second? Pete Carroll, all in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, another request from the Ski Club Daycare, request to put a tumble bus on Roe Park on Wednesday, the 26th. It's the following day from the other one that we just did. Just for an hour, 2:30 to 3:30. You'll see there they have insurance and everything's in order. And also I called the Recreation Department and they have no conflict. May I have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Next we have 4th of July request. Canoe races, karaoke, bike wagon stroller, Mr. and Miss, concert, bed races, parade, family activities at Roe Park, and fireworks. You have there the fireworks company has to give us insurance. I'd like you to approve this tonight. The only thing you're missing, we've done this before, is the insurance that the 4th of July buys that should be here to hold the village harmless on all these events. And the reason for that was because there was an issue with the canoe races, and they couldn't find insurance to cover a water, I don't have the email in front of me, but a water event. And then they needed proof that it was canceled, and they're getting that proof through the News of the Highlands. And so I would like all these to be approved. You have them all before you, the dates, the times, pending insurance. I will have the insurance to present to this board on July 1. I'll have it before that, but our next meeting is July 1.
Do you want the canoe races?
No, thank you. I meant to say that the canoe, the first one on top would be taken out. So you can put an X on that or throw it in the can, but all the other events will take place. Thank you. Thank you.
I had a question.
Mhm.
Do you have a total of how much this, the 4th of July events is going to cost, and how much of that total cost is coming from taxpayer funds?
Sure, that's easy. It costs, with bands and fireworks, were the two heavy numbers, around $30,000. The village, as you did, you sat through all the budget workshops, puts in, earmarks a dollar amount for fireworks. This year they cut the 4th of July back by $2,000 and they put $10,000 in. So that's the answers.
So 10,000 is from taxpayer funds, and that's essentially all the monies that we have for celebrations, or?
That's why it's there, yeah.
So all of the money for celebrations is going to one event, which is the 4th of July.
Yeah, it's going to,
And other events like Martin Luther King, or Juneteenth, or
it's going to 8 events, not one event.
Memorial Day.
It's going to 8 events, not one event. And if you care to put money in or move money around or make a motion, you can fund anything you can get support for.
You can fund anything you want using
Well, you
taxpayer money.
Well, you can do it. You can make a motion to fund,
You can move money.
I don't know, whatever event you want.
Okay,
You know that.
so this is.
Okay, may I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Yeah.
Just to clarify that the only thing that the village taxpayers are paying for is the actual fireworks.
Yeah. It goes directly to them. The check is written to them. Okay, I have a motion, do I have a second? Second by Pete Carroll, all in favor?
Yes.
Opposed?
Opposed.
I knew that. How did I know that? Okay. Thank you very much, and I'll have the insurance at the next meeting. Resolution introducing local law amending Chapter 28 of the Village of Highland Falls Code to expand residency requirement for appointed village officers and clerks to the County of Orange, New York, providing for notice and hearing. Which is the one for tonight, at least? The top one? Or- It's this one. Be it resolved that an introductory local law entitled Amendment to Chapter 28 of the Village of Highland Falls Code expanding residency requirement for appointed village officers and clerks to the County of Orange, New York is hereby introduced by Mayor D'Onofrio, before the Board of Trustees of the Village of Highland Falls, County of Orange, State of New York. And be it further resolved that copies of the proposed local law be laid upon the desk of each member of the Board of Trustees, which it has. Be it further resolved that the Board of Trustees shall hold a public hearing on said proposed local law on Village Hall at 303 Main Street, Highland Falls, New York, 7 p.m. on July 1, 2024. And be it further resolved that the acting village clerk shall publish or cause to be published a public notice in the official newspaper of the Village of Highland Falls no later than 5 days prior thereto. May I have a motion?
I had a question.
Sure.
The question is, so this is to allow village clerks, which is open right now. Is it open? By the way, is the position open for applicants? It is? Oh, okay. So it's been open since Lene resigned?
Well, probably, I mean, I don't, probably within a day or two, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. But,
Yeah.
so the vacancy is already out there? Okay. And no one has applied yet, but this is to increase the pool of
Yeah, and
applicants
stuff to-
outside of Highland Falls?
Exactly.
Okay, but I do want to remind people that there are a lot of Highland Falls residents who have showed interest in this position in the past, and I'm sure will. Kathy Keene is one of them. Olga was an applicant, Olga Anderson was an applicant at one point. Even Bonnie Snow has shown interest. So there are a lot of village residents who seem to want to get into the position. If we open it to people outside of the village, somehow do they get priority, and the residents, do they get priority in hiring?
The decision is made by the mayor, and there's no priority either way. It's the most qualified person.
So, if I could just, I don't know if you're aware, but up in Albany, this passed up in Albany, and it's at the governor's desk waiting to be signed. You think somebody out in Chester pushed that? And did you hear about any of that yet?
No, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm just saying, I'm just making a comment that there are a lot of people within the village who are interested in the position, you know, strong, smart people who have shown interest in the position even a while back. So I have nothing, no, I think it should be open to everybody, even outside of the village. My question is, do you give priority to tax-paying residents of Highland Falls who have shown interest in the position?
Okay, may I have a motion, please? To have a public hearing on July 1.
So moved.
Is there a second? May I have roll call?
Trustee Ramus?
Oh, yeah.
Trustee Guerrero?
Yes.
Trustee Carroll?
Yes.
Trustee DeSalvo?
Yes.
Mayor D'Onofrio?
Yes. Motion carries, thank you. Okay, next we have a retainer agreement authorizing the mayor to sign this retainer agreement with Goldberger and Kramer for our labor relations and consulting services. How long have you been with us, Brian?
Gosh, a while.
A while.
Long time.
Oh, okay. So can we take care of this tonight and move on? Motion by Motion by trustee Carroll, is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee DeSalvo. Roll call.
Trustee Ramos?
Yes.
Trustee Guerrero?
Nothing against you, but I think there should be some kind of procurement bidding process for our attorneys. So, no.
Go ahead, keep going.
Trustee Carroll?
Yes.
Trustee DeSalvo?
Yes.
Mayor D'Onofrio?
Yes, motion carries. Thank you so much. I'd like to set a date to continue the public hearing that we left open. To be honest with you, I'm looking to close it, if possible, after our next public hearing for the comprehensive plan. I have, because of
There's a 10-day notice.
10-day notice and all of that, that has to be taken up with the News of Highlands and posted Saturday morning, July the 6th at 9 a.m. at the Senior Center. So that's the date I've set, unless I hear...
You need a motion for that, sir?
Yeah, we can do it.
So, I'll make a motion to continue the public hearing
On July 6th.
at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee DeSalvo. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, next we have this young man. It's funny, I knew this kid since he was like, I don't know, 3 feet high. Now he's going to join the fire department, and he's joining the Highland Falls Fire Department as a, Jimmy, help me with, as a, what do they call the younger guys?
Junior.
Junior, who said that? Junior members? Matthew Lewis. He lives on Old State Road. I've known him. I think he's been to every installation dinner more than I've been, because his grandfather was Wilbur Lewis, and was in the department for a long time. So if we could approve this, it's being given to us by the chief, his application, his criminal justice record, and he's all set to go once we approve him tonight.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Jim, do you have anything on, or anyone on the geese issue?
Yeah, DPW contacted a state agency that works with, that's approved by the state, and also I believe, I want to say FCC, which sounds kind of weird, but I believe it's the FCC, and for whatever reason they do oversee that. It was a federal agency, but they do work for the state.
USDA.
Yeah, USDA. Not FCC. My apologies. So, yeah, I think we're moving forward with that, with the program that they, and because it's procured through the state, the price was good and he was able to fit us in the schedule. So I think we're working on that probably this week, hopefully.
There's a couple other things that we can do too, Mayor, if that doesn't transpire and work out. Back in the past, I talked about there was a spray that we could utilize that would make the grass sour in their stomachs, and then if they can't eat, they leave, and they need food. There's a new one out there that actually is even more environmentally friendly, and it makes the grass look like it's on fire, and they don't want to be around that.
Well, that's interesting. This one here is awaywithgeese.com. It's a soft amber light that disturbs their sleep cycle.
Yeah.
We want to do that. Maybe we do want to do that.
So there's a few of them out there. I think we should
Yeah.
go with this one first.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work, we have a couple of options.
I'm sorry, can you explain that again? So you put light on the field and it disrupts the geese sleep-wake cycle so they don't land there?
I just read you what someone gave me.
Oh, is that what it was? Yep. Yeah.
Not the program that we're going with initially.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So how do you deter geese from eating all the grass and pooping there?
It's a
What's the plan and for how much?
it's a state-approved agency. It's roughly $3,100, and we're probably guaranteed for 5 years to not have an issue.
Oh.
But what'll end up happening is, I think this is probably takes care of the short term, and then we'll have to come up with audio or visual to deter in the future. But this is a process that they are approved through the USDA, and the state, so.
About the health department.
Huh.
Health department, is that what they approve too?
They get all their certificates from the state, so, direct, so.
All right, we're going to go into executive session.
We coming back out, or are we going in? Are we going through these things?
We'll come back out.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you have anything?
No, we can come back out.
Shouldn't we do that? Because the public's here, that means they have to wait for us to meet. And it's kind of disrespectful of their time.
I'm not being disrespectful, don't say that.
It's
Don't
kind
say
of,
that.
Well, there's no public comment anyway. So.
Why isn't there public comment?
yeah.
I don't believe so.
So you're going into executive session,
But no
you're
voting
coming
will be-
back, but
right.
you're not taking
There's
any
no votes,
action
no.
after you come out, is that
That's
the plan?
correct, that's correct.
So no public comments anyways? There's no reason for them to stay?
That's the way the workshop, I'll be honest with you, I'm mirroring what the past mayor did. I'm doing nothing different.
You've been the mayor for So I'm
No.
just saying, it's disrespectful of
No,
these
it's not.
20 people's
Yes,
time.
it is.
Okay,
Yes,
we're going to go
it
into
is.
executive
You
session.
know,
But just before I go, I want to say that with Trustee Carroll's input, we met with Bob Livesey, the supervisor, and myself, and he is definitely interested in sending the Hudson View Trailer Park sewage to us, which we have the capacity, and it's a win-win, that whole thing, win-win. This is a win-win. We'll get a customer, and the town will be able to relieve their sewer plant, which is at maybe capacity, I'm not quite sure, but of a lot to take on new development. So that's in the works. We've got to find a grant for the piping. I think we can do it between Bob and us. Okay. And the last thing I want to do before we go into executive session is, I was not at the last meeting. It's only the third meeting in over 30 years that I missed. I apologize. But there was a comment or comments made about the prior police chief. Tammy, what was her last? You remember her? Dryer. And could you, Brian, because you were heavily involved in that, because it involved labor relations, with staying within the law as to what we can say, would you inform the board, some of the board members and the public as to what happened there? Because what was said was not accurate. So I just want you to correct it.
Well, if you maybe tell me what was said,
I think
I can respond to that.
I think just to maybe clarify and streamline it and for us to go into executive session and deal with personnel and some other things. What was stated is that the former police chief resigned due to a hostile work environment and or harassment. And I guess the question is that accurate?
No. Based on my information at the time, what is that?
You're heavily involved in it.
And the second question is, the whole board was aware of why that individual decided to resign.
There was a board meeting regarding that issue, and it was explained to the board.
not me. I was surprised
I
that
don't know.
night. Yeah.
Well,
When
I
that
explained it at the
resignation
board
letter-
meeting.
So wish that a motion to go into executive session.
Mayor, can you
Second.
talk about
Yeah.
the toxic
May I have a
environment
second?
that the other
May I have a
secretary
second?
resigned?
Executive session. Pete, and Jimmy made a motion, DeSalvo and Pete. All in
Mayor, would you
favor?
like to address the toxic environment?
Opposed? Motion. Okay.
Bye-bye.
So, I think we'll stay up here